in the Zion Ponderosa Ranch Resort. I'm here in Zion, Utah, and I'm actually with Jeep Cold Yeti.
Hey, what's up, fella?
There he goes. We're checking out this. We actually took this Jeep tour earlier. Here, let me show you guys this. So it's kind of like a safari Jeep, and I figured since we got the man, the myth, the legend, we might as well do like a little tour of this Jeep, right?
Let's do a little walk around.
Yeah, what are we looking at, man?
It's a Jeep Wrangler. I don't believe it's a Rubicon package, but it's of the 2000, probably 11, or I'm looking at it. I got to take a couple more peeks around and see what it is, but it's a late model JKU.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice. And do you think it's like heavily modified? Obviously, we've got like this cage around it,
so
and a raised roof with canvas.
Yeah, I mean the obvious, right? It's what started life as a 4-door with a hard top, and you see here it's kind of like a safari expedition type setup.
Let's take a look in there. So you've got the driver and a passenger there, and then you've got kind of bench seats back here going through the back. So if you guys could see that, and then there's one here.
People mover, right?
Yeah. We have some footage of actually being out on the Jeep, so we'll throw that in. So what are the big things that you notice?
Well, first the obvious, right? They deleted the creature comforts in the back and opted for the safari. How many people do you think we had in it? 7 people in the back?
At least.
Yeah, 7, 8 people plus a driver.
At least, yeah.
So it moves pretty good.
Yeah.
A couple of the notable upgrades on this rig in particular is 1-ton axles. It's running Dana 60s front and rear.
All right. So I don't know if we could maybe from here we'll see those better.
We'll peek it.
Yeah. Get a better look at these under here. What?
Yeah. There we go. So full float, big 1-ton axles. I'm sure with the amount of wheeling they do daily, with this amount of weight, with all the people.
At extreme angles.
Yeah, it definitely was. I was a little surprised on how technical the trail really was.
Yeah.
We were floating front tires in the air and fully flexed out front and rear and running lockers. So
this is Old Man Emu.
Yeah, so it's
I've never heard of that, but you probably have.
Yeah, that's a really well-known, tried and true suspension company.
Okay.
Very traditional. This is the 4-inch lift that they're running on this.
Okay.
Sits
so
really
is this the
nice.
factory?
So that's an aftermarket.
Oh, it is.
Front and rear.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Yeah. So this thing would have either came with Dana 44's front and rear, or a Dana 44 rear and a Dana 30 front.
Okay.
And that mod alone would have been the first thing I wanted to do after building this thing out. So they went the right direction with that. Locking front hubs. Outfitted with some of the necessities you need if you're gonna be a working rig, and that's what this is a working class rig. It doesn't have all the Gucci stuff tacked to it.
Yeah.
It is winched up, which is nice.
Okay.
And it looks like
ARB or
front
super
bumper
winch.
Super winch here.
Yeah.
So 9,500 pound rating on that. They are still running the steel line and a traditional hook. If I were to say something I would immediately change on it, if this was a rig or if I had a fleet of these, I would go synthetic line and a closed winch system here, like a factory.
That's just stronger, you think, or
lighter, easier to handle, more user friendly, and a lot safer to have a closed winch hook. So just this kind of traditional. These work. This is a working rig. I get it.
Right.
But that would be something that I'd want to tackle if it was my rig or I was out.
They've got water.
They got the waterfront.
So let me see. Let me show the suspension here in the front. On the front side for people. There you go. Okay.
So another upgrade, along with the axles and suspension, is obviously wheels and tires. You got to do something about that.
Yeah.
They're running a 35-inch, 12.5 17 tire from Nitto. Good tire. It did well. This would also be probably my second swap out. I go a little bit more aggressive with the tire. Although this is really well mannered and it worked, and they may do this because of the durability wear wise, I'd probably still go like a mud train.
Okay.
You know.
And so what do you think they do? Because they're not airing this up and down. They probably just have.
This so I asked the pilot of this rig earlier, our guide, what air pressure. He wasn't sure. He did say that this rig does a lot of highway commute.
Oh, it does.
To trails and back, right?
Okay.
Or surface roads. So I'm assuming somewhere in the 20-pound range he's running.
Okay.
It's hard to tell. They did the sidewalls did flex surprisingly well on the trail, which I was Pleased to see.
They've got names, I noticed.
Yeah.
This one's Ruthie.
Ruthie. What were we? I think we were in I forget the name of the rig we had earlier.
I can't remember. You guys might have been in Ruthie, right? No?
Yeah,
Okay.
possibly, yeah.
Yeah, you've got mud flaps going.
Yeah, so they did a couple things, like again, a real working rig. This makes a lot of sense. I'm not sure the brand, but the Bushwhacker type fender flares. The Bushwhacker type flares, and what they did there is with the wider 1-ton axles, they still have tire coverage, and a lot of times these are a little bit obnoxious on, like, you know, a little bit more of a civilian type Jeep, not a working rig. But in this case, this is right because we're all exposed. All the passengers are out there, so
yeah, and there's a lot of
debris, things
a
that
lot
fly
of debris,
up.
little rocks, dust.
Yeah.
Can't do that much about the dust, but I guess because you're up a little bit higher, it's a little
the
bit
seating
better.
wasn't horrible.
Yeah.
Dust-wise, nice thing is you could tell the trail guides are really well versed at running trails. Their trail etiquette was really good.
Yeah.
They tread lightly. They were really polite. It was nice to see the trail manners between the different. Maybe outfitters and adventure people out there, and then some of the people that are just running around. So,
so go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's kind of neat to see how they did this. I was looking at this, and this mount where they made this rack detachable looks a lot like a TJLJ stamped steel link arm repurposed, which is kind of neat.
Okay.
To see off an older Jeep.
Cool. Yeah.
Innovative.
Do you they didn't do this all here, right? They did
No,
it
that's a great question. So I was kind of picking around to see who outfits their rigs because they got a pretty decent fleet of these things, and they said that we're the same company that does the pink Jeeps out in Moab, or no, Sedona.
Sedona, okay.
Built this one, and that's where I kind of recognize a lot of the little features on it. So.
And what would we be running? I mean, I know you obviously don't know. What would you guesstimate for something like this?
You know, this is probably a retail price in my mind. After looking at a bunch of different style ones of these, this is probably a $75,000 Jeep. Okay. You know, off the lot and then outfitted accordingly.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is I took a peek under the hood earlier and saw this is running the Pentastar 3.6, so it has the more desirable engine. Yeah. Which now tells me it's either a 2012 to the end of the make of this. So.
And it had enough power considering you
know
had
what?
Lots of people sitting in this thing.
Yeah, I think it's
some of us bigger than others.
Yeah. Full-size men.
Yes.
Some of us full-size men.
They did say it was a 2018.
Oh.
It's a 2000. Oh,
yep.
By the way.
Miss Yolo.
She's recording us.
Recording
you.
Yeah. Paparazzi, you know.
Yes, exactly.
You know you made it when you have a pretty paparazzi. That's why I hang out with you, Hank.
So is this door like welded shut or?
You know what? I bet you they just
oh no,
made a sweet little.
Storage.
So a quick access for the driver would be winch controller, fire extinguisher. Two things you want to get to quick. The other side, it's the entry with a. Let's take a look at this actually.
Yeah.
The entry.
I mean, they don't really need more rigidity because they have this cage, right?
Right. Exactly. I'm sure it's really well. It is. Let's before we skip too far, we'll take a look at the door. One of the things I did like is the simplistic, like, utilitarian stowage of the ladder, and watch how this sets up. Chain in, built-in set.
Right length. Boom.
How crafty is that? You know, you don't need to overthink some stuff.
No.
This thing's working. And
absolutely not. And then this is just a box here.
Like plate steel.
Let's see what they have inside. Basically, that's the box we saw on the other side, and yeah, just plate steel. You said around here.
Looks like.
What are these buttons on the seats for?
Good question. We are in Utah. They don't necessarily shut down seasonally, as far as I know, and I think they said 4 heated seat controls is what that is.
Heated
for
seats.
Cold days.
Wow.
Wow,
that's such comfort. And for anyone who wants to see, I mean, it's pretty like bone stock in here, right?
Yeah, it looks pretty factory.
That's pretty much what you would get.
Not sure if they dove into the transfer case or anything, but really 4 low in this thing, loaded to the hill, and doing some pretty decent climbs with some good articulation and rock crawling mixed in there. I hardly heard any wheel spin.
Okay, yeah.
Honestly.
I think we just hit like one spot. I mean, and a lot of the time, our guy was like in 2-wheel drive.
Right.
Until he got into it. So, you know, so that's not bad.
It all comes down to traction, man. You keep your tires on the ground and good throttle control. These guys run these trails every single day. Yeah. You know, they know the lines. They know how to run the equipment. It's running the short arm suspension, which makes sense. Not messing with too much with the geometry of the suspension, but it is aftermarket. Yeah. So it's adjustable. Nice. Other than that, it's really if you strip away the service part of this, the utilitarian as far as people mover and a tour Jeep, it has great bones. It has the desirable 3.6 over the 3.8. 1 tons. Who doesn't want 8 lugs, full float, selectable? I mean, that's a great upgrade. And
to do what it needs to do, it doesn't need to be flashy, but it's still kind of sexy. Not that anyone would need this for just like going to the grocery store.
I don't know. That's arguable. It depends on where you're shopping, right?
Yeah, someone will do it. Yeah, if you get a lot of stuff in there. Okay, I mean that's pretty much it. We'll kind of keep it simple here. You want to wrap up here?
Yeah.
So, go ahead.
I think we had a good time, man.
Me too.
It was fun to get out and put some dirt under the tires and get to see the back country.
Yeah, absolutely. So. Shout out to the guys from Brownells, Josh, Ryan, and Roy. That you see that we're rocking the Brownell shirts and hats. We're twinsies today.
Virtually identical.
Pretty much. So, Yeti, how can people get in touch with you and YOLO? What's your channels and things like that if they've never heard of you? I'm sure the Jeep guys have.
All right.
But like folks who look at a lot of my stuff might want to check you out.
Yeah, check us out on Instagram. I'm the Jeep called Yeti, my adventure partner.
The wild YOLO.
The beautiful paparazzi.
There's Lolo over there too.
Yeah.
Lola, YOLO.
Yeah, we get it. We're getting confused a lot.
It's been a difficult couple days in trying to figure out what's going on out here.
I'm like Lola, and then YOLO's answer.
Yeah, now they hang out.
And then I hear you say YOLO, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, YOLO.
So, absolutely.
When they're hanging. Hey,
it's
brother.
good seeing you, man.
Absolutely.
Thanks a lot for that walk around. Hopefully I see you at like SEMA show or something like that. Looking forward to it. All right, guys, we're out of here. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and ring the bell so you can be notified when we post videos. Check out Yeti and the wild YOLO as well. We're out.
Appreciate you, brother.
You're welcome, man.